Hello everyone, Frederik here. Today we're going to look at a single leg good morning. It's a very good exercise for developing hamstring flexibility and strength. It's required if you want to do any kind of forward bend, as you would do just touching the floor, or for handstands, or for any more athletic type endeavor. This is a really useful exercise. There's a few form cues to be aware of, but it's not particularly difficult, and you don't need any type of special equipment. I have with me a trusty broomstick. Everyone has one lying around, so fairly accessible for everyone to do. So without further ado, let's have a look. Okay, so I have turned side on to showcase a little bit better what's going on. I'm going to take what's called a stride stance, so one leg in front, one leg in back. Make sure that the feet isn't too close to each other in the midline. So you want to have a nice solid base so you're not falling over when you're doing the exercise. I'm going to use the stick top of my chest, and having it here makes it a little bit easier to lift the chest, which means that I don't collapse my spine, which is important for the next bit. I want to arch my spine and hinge as I go forward. I want to feel a stretch sensation somewhere in the hamstring here, in this instance in my left leg. The knee can bend a little bit, that's okay. It can also be straight. The main thing is don't open the knee up too much, in which case it's turning into more of a squatting motion. So we want to keep the knee pretty much in the same configuration for the duration of the exercise. So hinge at the hip, come forward. And then use the glutes and the hamstrings of the leg that's on the stretch to stand back up. The tempo should be quite slow and controlled. So we don't want to rush through it and bounce at the bottom. And we also want to feel the point where we're beginning to run into the limit of our range of motion. And if we go too quick, there'll be a tendency to just kind of skip through the motion and twist into a position we're not really stretching anything, we're just cheating. So by keeping it slow and controlled, it's much easier to keep ourselves honest and actually do the good work. Okay, so once again, take the stance, stick in position, slowly lower it down, and stand back up. And stand back up. So when you get to the bottom position, you want to use the front leg, the foot of the front leg, to push back down into the floor to stand back up. And that will keep the work being in the hamstrings and the glutes and the lower back of the front leg. And that's what we want. We want to concentrate the effort there. To begin with, the weight is not terribly important. And for the longest time, you can get very good effect out of a simple broomstick. It's more about cueing the exercise so you actually move in the right direction, and that's the most important bit. After a while, after you've mastered the broomstick, you can add a little bit of weight. But this is not an exercise where you'd ever go so heavy as you would in, say, a normal good morning. So the two-legged good morning, which is more of a pure strength drill, usually done as assistance work to squatting or deadlifting. So this one is more targeted to developing flexibility than pure strength per se. The reps, I wouldn't go terribly high. 5 to 10 reps at a slow, controlled cadence is usually enough. And then we can add a little bit of a pause on the last rep in the bottom of the stretch position. Yeah, give it a go, see how it agrees with your body. And if you like, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe.